Hello, Fearless Fam. Welcome to another episode where we shed light on topics most likely to keep in the dark. This is your host, Chubby, and today's elephant is a level 4 elephant. I promise you all, I am not trying to stir the pot, but I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and it was just so intense. Like, I just wanted to share with you all, and I just thought, let me talk about this. This next topic is one that we have heard before. People using their religious beliefs to defend their homophobic, racist, xenophobic self, basically to discriminate against people. While I do believe they have the right to believe what they want, I do not believe that their religious beliefs should be an excuse to use it like against marginalized, oppressed individuals, to discriminate against people. And that's where I'm having the issue. But here's the example that prompted this episode, okay? I want to share a little bit on that so you guys can understand where this is coming from. And I want to know your opinions, what you guys think about it. I want to know it all. I agree to disagree, disagree, I don't care. Just share with me. So this person, right? I'm not going to name any names. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to share what it is. So this person said that they will be leaving a certain network because it does not align with their beliefs. Which, to me, that's perfectly fine. I did the same thing when Twitter, quote unquote, laid off so many people, and that didn't sit well with me, right? But the difference between this situation is that they believe that traditional marriage is the only way because their God, and I put there like the one they believe in, said. So in turn, going to a new network that will not allow any other type of marriages, right? So that's the difference. I left Twitter because I didn't agree with what they did, and I was with the people, like the laid off people, I'm with them. Like, that is horrendous what happened to them. That's not okay. So the question is, where is the line, right? When beliefs become hate speech, or when your belief becomes, discriminating against someone else. I think that there's a difference between preference, obviously, and simply saying we're not going to hire or promote, quote unquote, different, right? That to me screams racist, homophobic, right? Because if you only believe that men and women, white men and women, are the traditional marriage, right? That's it. Then where does it leave room for anybody else, right? So your network is not going to cast anybody else. It's not going to do any other type of family television like shows. Okay. They're not being inclusive like they like to claim. And as we know, that turns out when people use their beliefs to excuse their behavior, right? You're using that as your excuse you're hiding behind that to be indirectly homophobic or racist or whatever you want to call it. Like what happened with the mass shooting of the Buffalo supermarket. That person was motivated by their supremacist beliefs, right? While, yes, this person is not going to go out and start killing people, they are indirectly using their power, whatever that power may be, to not work with anyone that is not white or straight. So that doesn't sit well with me as to when they were saying that statement. While, yes, I believe that standing in your truth and in your religious belief is okay to do, and I believe it, like, do you, right? I don't think it's okay when it is targeting a marginalized group. And again, my question stands. Where is the line? They believe they're not racist or homophobic while their actions say otherwise. While they believe they aren't harming anyone, indirectly they are, because now people know they cannot work with them, that they cannot go and rely on who they are as a person, what they have to provide when they behave this way. Because you can't think that this person's gonna be on your side about anything, right? And that's where I am having an issue with. Like, I wouldn't want to work with someone who has this type of belief, because then, knowing who I am and how I am, they wouldn't agree with that with me. And then when they find out, would they want to work with me? And that's where the problem begins. So now the problem that I am also having is that this person wants people to respect their beliefs, right? While turning around and blocking the other person that thinks different than them. So I believe that's a little bit hypocritical of them. If they want people to respect their beliefs and how they're behaving with it, they should respect other people's beliefs too, right? Isn't that how it works? Like everybody coexisting together? So you're willing to believe in a God that is not inclusive. To me, the universe is God. Whatever you call it, at the end of the day, it's the same thing, except this God is inclusive and loves everyone how they were created. To me, right? Personally. I mean, I just think I can't say even ridiculous. Like, I don't know. How can they sit there and think that, okay, these are my beliefs, but I'm not willing to accept a network or whoever to make diversity, different types of religion, different type of marriages, different types of views for other people to see themselves on TV. That doesn't scream discrimination. It does. At least to me, it does. I was trying to find the correlation between people using their religious beliefs to do crime, but I couldn't really find anything to share with you all. But throughout these horrific crimes that we have seen throughout the years, most were motivated by some type of religious beliefs. And if that doesn't say much, like, come on. When you use religion to do well instead of harm, then we can say believe in what you want. Because religion supposed to bring people together, great, whatever. That is a different type of topic. But this right here is like using it to literally hide behind your true emotions or your true feelings about it. That's how I'm seeing this situation. And I've seen this plenty of times. And it just got under my skin, because no matter how you point it out that this person is still being discriminating against people, they still don't see it. So how the hell can you sit there? I hope you're sleeping at night, because at the end of the day, you are letting the whole world know that you do not believe in anybody else's marriage. And that is not a preference anymore. You're inciting hate indirectly. At least that's how I'm feeling about the situation and how I'm feeling about it. But I would like to share some quotes with you all. I know it's been a while, but just some little quotes here and there that I found that I think will be great to share with you all. Those who can make you believe absurdities can make you commit atrocities. Voltaire. I'm convinced that most men don't know what they believe. Rather, they only know what they wish to believe. How many people blame God for man's atrocities but wouldn't dream of imprisoning a mother for her son's crime? I don't know how to stop the atrocities. I don't know how to make people care. But looking into my sister's eyes, we seem to have carved out something between us that none of the madness can touch. Invisible threads. Lisa Shannon. We do not qualify as humans going by our acts, but we surely prove through our vulnerability and suffering. Ramana. Yeah, these are just some that I found. that I wanted to share with you all. Again, here in No Filters of Fears, we accept everyone. We respect everyone's beliefs. We accept everyone's beliefs. I'd rather talk about it and share, in all good and light, like all the good things, all the bad things about it, with respect, with care, with love, but not discriminating against anybody else, because at the end of the day, we are literally just one race. We are one people, and we bleed, right? I know it sounds cliche, I know, and you're listening and you're like, oh my God, but having these conversations with your friends, right, and they just spark something in you, and I just couldn't get over this thought, this idea about how can someone just blindly say, my God said this and this is what I'm gonna do it, instead of using their own knowledge, like their own brain, to think for themselves, to say, how do I feel about this situation? I am an inclusive person, but my God is saying this, but I am an inclusive person. Either you drop your God or you become fake and act in a different manner that you're not. Everything has to align, correct? And if everything's not aligning, then there's something wrong. And that's where you have to look inside yourself and say, am I being true to myself? Am I just following a book because I have nothing else to lean on? And again, it is beautiful to have faith. I think it's beautiful to believe in something, but while other people's lives or existence are being put at stake, how is that even right? How is that even okay to still believe in a religion, in a belief that does not actually bring humanity together, that it is not inclusive? So again, I'm not questioning the religion itself or the religious belief. I am questioning the thought of emotions and truth behind it. Are you 100% true to yourself? Are you going based on how you feel about it and like how you are, like who you are? Not what a book tells you, not whichever God tells you, but you. And that's where you need to start. Like, this all stems from obviously childhood, and it all stems from everything you have lived and the way that you see. But when you have based your entire life on a book, the Bible, or whatever you want to call it, and that is all you know, and yet, yes, you may say you are inclusive, you believe in everybody, and you love everyone. Have you been in different circles? Have you seen different? You already say that you don't believe in untraditional marriages, obviously, since if you say I believe in traditional marriages, that excludes anything and any other possibility. Fearless fam, talk to me here. What do you guys think? What's going on? Like, what do you think about this? Where's the line between religious belief and discrimination? What do you think? I want to hear your answers. Let's talk about it. But I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Just me ranting basically at this point. But I just needed to share my thoughts on this. I mean, I know it's gonna pop up. People are gonna just be like, oh, what is going on, Chubby, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I believe in all, okay? But you can't put other people's life at risk by doing something that is so harmful to many, whether they believe it or not, indirectly or directly. It's harmful to people. We all deserve a space in this world. There is room for everybody. But what stops this is people's mindsets. That is only this way. And we can't live like that. We need to come together, live in unity. We have to help each other. If you're gonna go based on the Bible, we are brothers and sisters, right? So why are you discriminating against people? But I'll leave you with that thought. And remember to check our website at www.nofiltersnofearstudios.com. We have new shirts. And I want to say thank you to everybody who has purchased them to help this podcast keep going. And bringing you new episodes every week. We try. I want to say thank you to all the comments, all the encouragement, all the messages I receive on my personal and on No Filters. Remember to follow us on Instagram at No Filters, No Fears. You'll see us. It's the one with the paintbrush. And I want to say thank you for tuning in every week. I know I said that, but it means a lot. Thank you for sharing the podcast to whoever you've shared it with. We truly appreciate it. And I know I say it every time, but stay fearless, and I mean it. Like, stand in your truth as long as you're not harming anybody else, okay? And if you are harming someone else, is that an actual healthy truth to stand in? Think about that. And like I always say, stay fearless, everyone.